All right, y'all, we back. Listen, making money is one thing, right? But keeping it, that's a whole different game. And let's be real. Like, most people don't fail financially because they don't work hard. They fail because life caught them slipping with no backup plan. One emergency, a job loss, car breaking down, medical bills, anything huge can wipe out years of progress. And if you ain't got no safety net, then guess what happens? You go into debt. You start stressing. You got to borrow money from people that you don't even want to borrow money from. And then you start to feel stuck. You start to feel depressed and get in this state. Let me ask you this. If your paycheck stopped today, how long could you survive? Would it be a week? Would it be a month? Let me know and be real about it. We ain't trying to hide nothing. But listen, today we're going to talk about step number 2 in your financial freedom journey. And that's protecting yourself financially. We need that plan B. Because financial freedom, it ain't just about making money. That's never the problem. It's about making sure that you never, ever have to struggle again. It's your boy, Mr. Get It Done, and here we are for step number 2. Y'all, we back. And listen, here's the thing about financial emergencies. Like, they never come when you're ready. They don't care if you just got paid, if you just finally started saving. They don't care if you even got other bills lined up. Emergencies hit when they want to. And if you don't got no plan, what's going to happen? They're going to take you down. And here's the problem with a lot of people's thinking. Like, a lot of people think like, it ain't going to happen to me. My car is all good. Or I'll figure it out when that time comes. But that's exactly how people stay broke. Because by the time comes, guess what's happening? It's too late. It's too late. But let's be real about it. One emergency rarely comes by itself. It's like life knows when you already struggling and it decides to throw a few more extra punches at you. You know what I'm saying? You get that $1,500 car repair bill, but now you're like, all right, I'll put it on my credit card. You make payments on it, then a month later, your kid gets sick, you miss a few days of work, your next paycheck is short. So now, like, not only do you still have that car bill to pay off, but you're also behind on rent. And because you're late, they hit you with the late fees. So it's like everything really just starts snowballing. Now, tell me, how a $1,500 car repair suddenly turn into you being behind on rent, paying interest on the credit card, and stressing about what's next? This is what happened when you don't have a safety net. That's what happens. And the worst part, the struggle doesn't stop there. Because when money is tight, everything gets harder. Everything. You start making late payments. Your credit score drops. You start borrowing money from friends and family. And guess what? That adds stress to those relationships. You start dodging bill collector calls, ignoring their calls, just trying to survive the month. You feel like working harder. You feel like you're working harder than ever. But really, no matter how much you make, it's never enough. You ain't never getting ahead. And that's the cycle. That's really the cycle that we in. If you don't have a plan in place, this cycle will keep repeating itself for years. And that's what we're trying to get rid of. The emotional and mental tolls of financial emergencies. We're about to get rid of those. And let's talk about the part like really nobody likes to talk about and discuss it. The stress that comes with financial emergencies. Because like when you live in paycheck to paycheck and an emergency happens, it's not just about money. It's about really your peace of mind. It's about your health. It's about your relationships. All those things come with not having a plan. Like when you really think about it, like when you really stressed about money, you can't focus at work. You lose sleep. You start arguing with the people around you. You feel stuck and frustrated and exhausted because no matter how hard you work, you feel like you're drowning. And that's why financial freedom, it ain't just about getting rich, y'all. It's about getting rid of that stress that comes from being financially vulnerable. I like that term. Financially vulnerable. We don't want to be like that. So let me ask you, have you ever been in a situation where money stress affected your mood, like your health, relationships, and all those things that's positive in your life? Let me know in the comments if you ever been in those positions, and let me know how it made you feel in those times. We're going to keep talking about it, y'all. Remember, we in step 2, building that safety net. All right, y'all, so what is an emergency fund and how do I build it? So an emergency fund is really just a financial airbag. It keeps life's small accidents from turning into full-blown disasters. Like, without it, every problem becomes a financial crisis. And here's the thing, having an emergency fund, it ain't just about money. It's about having control over your life. It's really the difference between being stressed and scrambling or staying calm and handling business when life try to throw you that curveball. So imagine this. You waking up one day and realizing you never have to panic about an unexpected bill again. That's when an emergency fund gives you. It gives you a peace of mind. And so we asked ourselves why most people struggle to save for emergencies. I was thinking about this. And now let's talk about it, because so many people don't have an emergency fund. And here's the number one excuse that I hear. I don't make enough money. But let's be real. If you don't start setting money aside now, you'll always be one paycheck away from disaster. Think about the last time that you got an unexpected check or a little extra money. Think about it. Maybe a tax refund or a work bonus or even a little cash from like a side hustle. Tell me, where did that money go? Where'd it go? For most people, extra money disappeared as fast as it come in. New clothes, eating out, getting that new iPhone, random spending. Then when a real emergency happens, guess what? They have nothing saved and they got to start borrowing. The problem isn't how much you make. It's what you do with what you already have. That's what we're trying to change. So be honest. Let me know. Be honest in the comments. When you get extra money, do you save it or do it disappear? Think about that. But now we're about to talk about how much do you need? How much do you need in your financial reserves, your emergency fund? And we're going to break this down into levels. Level number 1, you need $1,000 to $2,500 minimum. And this is just your starter fund. This is just enough to cover small emergencies so you don't have to use that credit card. Level number 2, and it's the ideal goal, 3 to 6 months of expenses. This is your real safety net in case of a job loss or a major financial crisis. But then we grow to level number 3, and that's the ultimate freedom. You got a year plus saved. This is really true financial security. If you lose a job or you need to make a big life change, you won't be in survival mode. So that's what we want to work ourselves to. And so let's say your monthly expenses, rent, bills, groceries are around $3,000. So a full 3-month emergency fund will be around $9,000. 6 months, $18,000. That's the cushion that keeps you from ever being desperate. And that's what we want to work ourselves up to. Now, I know those numbers might seem big if you're just starting, but don't let that scare you. The key is to start small and let that build up. Start small. You got to start somewhere. All right, you might be like, all right, Mr. Get It Done. When I get that money, where am I supposed to keep it at? Now, where do you actually put the money at? Because listen, trust me, if you leave it sitting in your checking account, it's going to disappear real quick. You're going to start spending it because you see it. All right, so my advice is to get you a high yield savings account. Let your money grow while staying accessible. Not your checking account. That's too easy to spend. So basically out of sight, out of mind. So get you that separate emergency. Only fund, this isn't money that you dipping into. This is really just for real emergencies. Me going out to eat ain't an emergency. And name that account something that reminds you of your why. Like, why you doing this? Why you saving? Like emergency fund or peace of mind or no more financial stress. It sounds small, but it keeps you from touching it when you don't need to, because the picture is bigger than you. All right. So what's the fastest way that we're going to build an emergency fund? I know what some of y'all thinking. I can barely afford my bills. How am I supposed to save thousands of dollars? That's why I'm about to give you the real steps you need to build this fund and do it fast. Number one, cut out unnecessary expenses. Yeah. Go look through everything. Look at your last month's bank statement. Highlight everything you didn't need. Everything. Subscriptions, eating out, random Amazon purchases. Cut back just a little and you'll free up, money you didn't even realize was slipping away. We don't want that money flying out of our pocket. We're trying to keep much stuff to us as we can. Number two, sell some stuff. Sell some stuff you don't need. Look around the house. Old electronics, you got that DVD player down there, clothes, furniture, shoes that you don't even wear. Do that. Hop on Facebook Marketplace, eBay, list it, and turn those extra things into some cash. Do it real fast. All right, listen, step 3, pick you up a quick side hustle. I'm not saying start a whole business overnight, but an extra $50 to $100 a week really start adding up. You got Uber, you can DoorDash, flipping items. So use your free time really to get ahead instead of scrolling. Yeah. And number 4, automate your savings. Set up a separate savings account, like I said, and have money transfer automatically each time you get paid. Even if it's just $20 or $50 a check, it adds up. We got to start somewhere, you all. And when you don't see it, you don't miss it. And before you know it, you got a real emergency fund. That's what we're trying to do. And you might be like, all right, Mr. Get It Done, what's really the power of an emergency fund? Peace over panic. Now imagine for a second that you followed these steps and you built up your emergency fund. I want you to picture this. One day your car breaks down because it always start hearing that crazy noise. But instead of panicking, you just pull the money from your savings. No stress, no borrowing, no credit card interest. You just handle it and keep on moving. That's the peace of mind that having that financial fund gives you. Or maybe, maybe you lose your job. And instead of feeling like the world is crashing down, you got 3 to 6 months of bills already covered. You can breathe. You can focus on getting back on your feet without making desperate moves. That's the goal. The power of an emergency fund, is not just about money, you all. It's about buying back your peace of mind. That's what I want you to do. I want you to have a peace of mind because when you have that, you can accomplish so much more. So how much do you have saved for emergencies right now? Ain't no judgment. Let me know in the comments. Just real talk. Let me know what you got saved right now. And if it ain't enough, we go get to it because now you got the plan to do so. So here we are. We got step 4 in building our emergency fund, the role of insurance. Most people ignore insurance until they need it. And guess what? By then, it's too late. And let's be real. I get it. Insurance, it ain't no sexy topic. Nobody wakes up excited to buy insurance. But you know what's worse? Being caught without it when you really need it. So insurance is one of those things that you don't think about it until suddenly it's the most important thing in your life. So let's get a head start on that. And it's really the difference between financial security and financial disaster. Between protecting your family or leaving them struggling. All right, and we're going to break it down a little bit. Listen, we got 4 types of insurance that you need. 4 types. Number 1, health insurance. Medical bills are the number 1 cause of bankruptcy. Let's start with the big one. Health insurance. More than 60% of bankruptcies in America are due to medical bills. Think about that. People are going broke just trying to survive. Now I know health insurance, it ain't cheap, but trust me, hospital bills are way more expensive. You don't want to find yourself in a situation where you need medical care but can't afford it, or worse, where a single hospital stay puts you in debt for years because it adds up. So a simple ER visit with a few tests that could run you about 5 to 10 grand without insurance. A hospital stay, 10 times that, 50,000, 100,000. So yeah, those monthly premiums might sting a little bit, but they're nothing compared to what could happen if you go without coverage. That's the number 1 thing. So be real. Let me know, do you have health insurance right now, or are you taking a risk? And it's cool. Let me know. We gonna start fixing it. And look, now we got number 2, life insurance. Protect your family if something happens to you. If you have kids, a spouse, or anyone who depends on you financially, you need life insurance. No excuses. No excuses. Think about it. What happens if you gone tomorrow? How does your family survive without your income? Are they going to be okay? Or are they going to struggle? And so we got these 2 different type of life insurance. We got term, and then we got whole life. So you're like, which one do I get, Mr. Get It Done? Well, let me break it down for you. So we got term life. That's cheaper, it's more straightforward, and it covers you for like a set period for like 10, 20, or maybe even 30 years. And guess what? The payout goes straight to your family if something happens. And then we got whole life insurance. It's a little bit more expensive, yeah, but guess what? It builds cash value over time. And you can borrow against it later on in life. We're going to talk about that a little later. So it ain't for everybody, but it really can be a part of your long-term wealth plan. And listen, let me give you this example. Let's say you're the main provider in your household and you make about $60,000 a year. If you pass away unexpectedly, how will your family replace your income? And so let me tell you, this is a good thing to know, especially when purchasing insurance. Like, how much do you need? So your life insurance policy should be at least 10 times your annual income. That means if you make $60,000 a year, you should have at least $600,000 in coverage. It ain't about leaving them rich. It's about making sure that you're not financially destroyed if something happens to you. That's what we want to do. So if you pass away, tomorrow, hopefully that don't happen, but would your family be financially okay? Be honest. And if not, let's do the steps to get that thing intact. And then we got number 3, disability insurance. You got to protect yourself if you can't work. Most people insure their car, their phone, their homes, but they don't insure their ability to make money. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't get that. Think about it. Your income is your most valuable asset. If something happens and you can't work, how do you keep up with your bills? Yeah, we got that safety net, but we trying to make sure that we use other people's money. So guess what? 1 in 4 people becomes disabled at some point in their career. Disability doesn't mean wheelchair. It don't mean that all the time. You can get back injuries, mental health issues, car accidents. Anything that takes you out of work counts. And if you don't have disability insurance, you're 1 accident away from losing everything. Everything. And we don't want that to happen. You could slip and fall at work, tear your ACL. Now you're out of work for 6 months. If you don't have disability insurance, how do you pay rent, your car note, groceries? Yeah, we got 3 to 6 months saved, but guess what? That's going to run out. And so without it, your only options are, like I said, draining your savings or going into debt. Neither of those are good moves. Get insurance, y'all. And have you ever thought about, let me know in the comments, have you ever thought about how you would pay your bills if you couldn't work for a few months? Let me know, what's your back plan? If you ain't got insurance and you got another backup plan, let me know in the comments. All right, the 4th type of insurance we're going to talk about: car, home, of course, renter's insurance. Protect yourself from major financial losses. Listen, if you drive a car or have a place to live, you need this coverage. Anything can happen. Car insurance, y'all know what that covers: car accidents, damages, medical bills, and liability. 1 bad accident without coverage, you could owe thousands, or you could even be sued. Somebody come and take everything that you don't work for. If you don't own a home, renter's insurance. Protect your belongings from fire, theft, or natural disasters. Anything can happen. If you rent and your place burns down, your landlord's insurance won't cover your stuff. You need your own renter's insurance to cover that. Okay? Imagine someone, for car insurance, imagine someone T-bones your car. Your car is totaled. You need medical treatment. They don't hit you hard. And you're out of work for a few weeks or even months. Without insurance, you're paying out of pocket for everything. With insurance, of course, what? You covered. So let me know. do you have a car, home, or renter's insurance? What's the best agencies out there? What do you feel like you're getting the best prices with? Let us know, share the wealth. But if you rolling the dice, let us know that too, so we can help you out and get you connected. The reality is insurance is about protection, not fear. I know. Insurance feels like wasted money. I used to think the same thing, especially when we don't use it. But trust me, the moment when you need it is going to come, because the most valuable things in your life needs to be protected. Because here's the truth. Life is really unpredictable. And, you can either prepare for it now or pay the price later. All right? So listen, health insurance, so you don't go broke from medical emergencies. Life insurance, so your family is protected if something happens to you. You know what I'm saying? Disability insurance, so your income is covered. If you can't go to work, you get hurt or something like that. And then car insurance, renter's insurance. So in an accident, it don't destroy all your finances, what you don't work for. Which of these do you already have? Which one do you need to get? Let me know. Let's talk about it. We're here for that. All right, so we at step 5 of building that emergency fund. Why you can't rely on just one income stream and the dangers of having one paycheck. Listen, a job is great until it's gone. If all your income comes from one source, you're at a risk, period. And this is what most people don't realize until it's too late. We've been programmed to think that if we just get a good job, we'll be financially secure. But here's the reality. A job is not financial security. It's financial dependency. All right? What happened in 2020? Let's take it back. What happened in 2020? One day, millions of people were clocking in like usual. The next, business is shut down overnight. People were laid off with no warning. Some never got their jobs back. And because they were depending on just one paycheck, they had nothing to fall back on. No backup income, no side hustle, no safety net. Yeah, some had emergency funds, but what happens when that runs out? Others didn't even have savings at all. They had to go into panic mode, maxing out credit cards, borrowing money, struggling to keep the lights on. And this isn't just, about pandemics. It happens all the time. Companies downsize, industries change, automation replaces jobs, and people are left scrambling. So let me know. I want y'all to be honest. Be honest. If your job disappeared tomorrow, what's your backup plan? What you gonna do? And the hard truth is, jobs are temporary. Wealth is built on income streams. Jobs are temporary, y'all. A job is someone else's business. Multiple income streams. That's your business. That's you controlling your money instead of your money controlling you. Remember, the rich don't rely on just one source of income. They set up multiple ways to make money so that even if one stream dries up, they still got a cash flow. Think about this. If your job pays you $4,000 a month and you lose it, your income drops from $4,000 to zero overnight. But if you have 3 to 4 different income streams, losing one don't wipe you out. You still got money coming in from the other ones. And that's the difference between struggling and staying financially secure. You be like, all right, Mr. Get It Done. Tell me, how do I start building multiple streams of income? Listen up. I got something for you. You don't need to go out and start a five-star business tomorrow. You don't need to do that, but you do need to start somewhere. And we're going to break it down right here. Get your pen and pad out. So number one, I want you to start a side hustle. Get you some active streams. Freelancing, consulting, tutoring, using the skills that you got outside of your job. You can even do, guess what? Ride share. You can do delivery apps, weekend gigs, anything to stack some extra cash. You can do that. Start selling the service, graphic design, personal training, social media management. Find something that you're good at. Number 2, create passive income streams, dividend paying stocks. Your money, making money for you. If you already up there, you can go get you some rental properties, owning real estate that pays you every month. Or digital products, ebook courses, templates, all that stuff can sell while you sleep. Listen, you know something that everybody else need to know. And number 3, of course, is stocks, index funds, investments, all those things. Start an online business, blogging, YouTube, or affiliate marketing. You can do all those things. The goal is make money in your sleep. The moment you stop trading time for money, you've unlocked a whole new level of financial freedom. That's all we've been talking about, you guys. Let's get to financial freedom. So let me know, do you have more than one source of income? If not, what's stopping you? Put it in the comments if you do got that. Let's start working with each other. Let's start helping each other and marketing to each other and supporting each other. All right? But listen, y'all, this is what I want you to take away from this video today. 1, build you an emergency fund. Start with that $1,000. Aim for, 3 to 6 months. I want you to get insured. I want you to start protecting yourself in case unexpected disasters come. And then I want you to create some different streams of income. We don't need to rely just on one paycheck. All right? But now that we've built that financial safety net, it's time to talk about something that holds most people back. Debt. All right? Getting out of debt and money and managing money better. That's what we want to focus on. Because guess what? If you're buried in debt, your money isn't working for you. It's working for the banks. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to take control, eliminate debt fast, and start stacking real money. That's what we want to do. So listen, which of these 3 steps do you need to work on first? Let me know. Because guess what? Mr. Get It Done is here to get you help, get you on the right path. And let me know, if this video helped you, I want you to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, because we taking down debt one step at a time. We build financial freedom one step at a time. We go keep it real. We go keep it engaged. We go keep it informative. Let me know what you want to talk about, and let's keep it going, y'all. It's your boy, Mr. Get It Done. I'm going to see you on the next round.